All right, let's go over some markets, and I'm just going to show some applications of the wave chart and how it works. So we'll be taking a look at this turn right here on the daily. The market pulled back about $38,000 from the high on six days. In 6 days, the drop was 38,000. I think it was 38,000. Yeah, it looked like $38,000 in price. So this dropped 38,000, and then what I want to do is take a look at this turn on the hourly. So this here is the daily. Now we're going to take a look at the hourly. Now, with wave charts, I've talked about this before, but you can use many different measurements. But obviously the three is price, volume, and time. Those are the key measurements. But in terms of price, you can use ticks, you can use dollar amount, I've used percentage as well. But ticks and dollar amount we can use. It's I think that people who will understand the wave chart better if they use dollar amount than anything else. Then after that, you can use a measurement of time, which can be minutes and hours, right? You could also use number of bars. All right. Now, number of bars, meaning 2 bars in the down wave and like 5 bars in the up wave, is also an excellent measure of time, because bar charts are time-based charts. Right? And the third factor is obviously volume. There's a lot you could do with that. I mean, typically it's cumulative volume, but there's other filters that can be applied to that. I don't want to get into all of that, just keep it simple. So anyway, I'm going to be looking at it from price, time, volume, right? From price, I'll use dollar. For time factor, I'll use number of bars. And for volume, I'll just use volume. So over here, you had a pullback and a reversal. So what we want to see is how this reversal occurred. So we get rid of all the selling confirmations and all that. All right, so what you see here is the pullback on the daily, which looks like a trend on the hourly. Very straightforward. So what do you notice in terms of price, time, and volume? And what do you want to see for a reversal? The basic rule is when the up waves are bigger in price in price and duration, or price and time, then there should be a reversal. Right? So that's basic, right? So that's the least thing. So here you have the start of the pullback, which was very clear over here. It broke, right? Because why? You broke support, heavy price, volume selling, clear breakdown bar right here. That takes out these lows, follow through, first pullback shallow, second pullback probably won't make it, and tags and continues down. There's some up thrusts there, etc., etc. So now what I'm going to do is watch the up waves. Why? The question is why. In a downtrend, when the up waves increase in price and time, they will mark a change, meaning the trend will turn. That's why. So when looking for a resumption of trend, you look at the pullback and observe the price and time, or what Wyckoff called distance and duration, to see if the up waves distance and duration are bigger than the down wave distance and duration, and that should mark the reversal. Now you can add to that price and volume, or price and time, or price time volume, and all that, but it's not rocket science. All right, so as you can see, it's pulling back on the daily, which becomes a trend on the hourly. And you see this wave has about I think this is 8,011 bars. Goes down 6,000, 5,000, 2,000, 4,000, 5,000, 5,000, 4,000. Then there's some indications here, and that indication is right here. 9,000 on 24 bars. Again, price and time, or distance and duration. So you can see that the distance and duration very clearly increased in this wave over all the prior up waves as the market went to a level. As it went to a level on a higher time frame, a support level on a higher time frame, you see here the hourly turn. The indications that the hourly turn came from this up wave, which had an increase in distance and duration. The distance is $9,000. The duration is 24 bars. Since this is hourly chart, it's 24 hours, which is the biggest in the past 11 up waves in terms of price, and the past 9 up waves in terms of volume. So I mean, based on those factors, you judge, all right? Your judgment has to be based on the factors of supply and demand, so you can see the turn. All right? So, I mean, right here's it. You took out this, it did that demand. This is demand, by the way. So this demand, taking out 1, 2, 3 prior up waves. When it takes out those 3 prior up waves, that's a very good sign, because it broke multiple levels of resistance points of resistance. And it tried to go down multiple times and failed. 1 attempt, 2 attempt, 3 attempt, 4. Failure to go down, resulting in demand coming in, breaking the prior resistance points. Meaning that's a good sign. It failed to go down and broke the resistance points with a breakout, right? We have breakout on the green bars, boom, boom, right there. That's a very good sign. And then made a slightly higher high. So, I mean, I don't know where it's going to go. I haven't done counts and all that, but it's a very good sign. The market should go higher. Now, how much higher? I'm not going to go and do counts right now, but we might get like a little pullback to test. Yeah, because the first breakout was tested. It's barely tested. This is the initial breakout right here in the green bar, and it did get tested right here. That's where it set up the spring. So now let's take a look at what happened on the spring on a lower time frame using the same rules that Wyckoff, laid down. So the same thing. I'm going to take a look at the hourly pullback, which is a 5-minute downtrend and look for a turn. So from this downtrend on a 5-minute chart is a pullback on the hourly chart. A 6-bar pullback, I think, on our chart. So we see that, of course, the selling started right here, where it's $2,400 sold in 9 bars and has a breakdown right there. Breakdown, barely tested. I didn't test exact, but up. The first pullback is shallow, it's weak. Second pullback is shallow and then goes down. So that's a very good sign. So it continues to do that. And first we see heavy buying right here. Why? Because price and time increase. But it doesn't break out. So I want to see those breakouts. I want to see clear breakouts, because it could be other things. They could be short covering. It's a lot of things it could be. When you have markets that are going down, it hits a support level. What do people do? They buy. It could be that buying. Or it could be short, not short selling, but short covering, right? Or it could be the start of accumulation. So the buying can be many things. So I want to see breaks, because buying by itself can be many things, and I'm not rocket science, can't figure it out. So I need to see all that pullback, test, breaks, etc. So we see that initial covering, probably this is covering here, or initial accumulation, with these being the springs, is occurring. Does it break out? No. Does the trend change? No. So do not even think about it. All right, but be forewarned that there is some buying here. Then it goes up on 600 and 700 and 800. I'm noticing that although 6 is less than 15, the trend of the last 1, 2, 3, 4 waves has increased in terms of price. 6, 7, 8, and 10. I'm also noticing that this here is very big volume. It's the biggest volume in 19 waves. So there's some accumulation going on here. Now, am I sure of that? Of course not. What helps me is the first pullback does not break the low, and instead responds with a higher high on biggest price now. So now the price is increasing, and it goes up $1,900 with a breakout, making a higher high, which is bigger than 1, 2, 3 waves. So that means there's some demand coming in, and we're well positioned for a potential rally, especially if these pullbacks here hold. As they pull back, what are you getting? You're just getting more and more volume buying. So if this is high volume here in this wave, then followed by a big price move, then followed by another more volume move, and the pullbacks are holding, this has to be accumulation. Why? Because it's rallying on volume, making a higher high. It did pull back on a lot of volume too, right here. But it doesn't even make a lower low. So whoever's taking the other side is accumulating. Then it makes a rally here that doesn't make a higher high, but has a lot of volume. So this is like the signature of volume. You have all signature of accumulation. You have high volume until it dries up. And when it dries up, it means that it's on the springboard. So in this case, the market basically is accumulating, and finally the trend is made or confirmed somewhere around here. And what's good about this is, why I like this is because the breakout is holding. This is the breakout. That's the breakout. And it's holding. And now finally makes a higher high with another breakout. Break one, break two. So, I mean, that's about it. Where's the second break? The second break is right there. Which does what? It increases in both price and volume. The price is bigger than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 prior bars. The volume is bigger than, I think, only 2. But that doesn't matter. Like, it's enough volume to cause price to be bigger than prior 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars. And it has follow through, making a higher high. So, I mean, there's some trend is formed, right? So you have this initial buying, you have the higher high, you have the pullback to test. Then you have more pullbacks to test, and then finally it's tagging the top of the range and breaking out with minor breakouts. Setting up the pullback to test, will go higher. So that's all, folks.